All right, let's go across to BJP's Rajya Sabha MP, Prakash Javadekar, former Union Minister, who's joining us live right now. Mr. Javadekar, good evening, welcome, and let me congratulate you, first up, sir, for having been a part of a government which has now done 8 years now. I was just looking at that statement which was made by JP Nadda Prakash ji, where he says, Pradhan Mantri ne Bharatiya Rajniti ki Sanskriti badal di. I want you to throw some light on this, because this is one part of Narendra Modi's trajectory which often doesn't get spoken about. How has he changed the Sanskriti of India's Rajniti, sir?
Indian politics was dominated by dynastic interests, corruption,
Yes, go ahead,
and
sir.
also personal interests that was ruling the power base here for many years. This has changed. Now nation first, party next, self last. No dynasty and no corruption. Tell me, after 8 years, there were nearly total
3 Indians have expressed, complete satisfaction, trustworthiness within the Prime Minister's tenure. Is this the reason why, even when, say, questions of dynasties being promoted in the BJP, and there are a lot of dynasties who are being promoted in the BJP, is this the reason why, when there is some story of, lack of accountability which comes up, because of this trustworthiness of the Prime Minister, nothing sticks against Narendra Modi? Is that what is his unique selling point which has come across during these 8 years?
No. Don't confuse, because when we say the dynasty, that is the main decision makers of the party are from one family. That is dynasty. And so Modi ji has not kept even his brothers, and anybody doesn't come in politics, doesn't interfere, anything, nothing. He goes, meets his mother. In 7 years, he has brought only one day, his mother here. And this is what people like. This kind of selfless, no family first, but country first. Today, the stature of India in the world community has gone up so much that, can you believe that Russian foreign minister comes and requests Prime Minister to intervene in the ongoing war? All European leaders and all prime ministers and presidents all were coming just to request that it please intervene, because you have relations with both the countries and you can play a role. And he must be playing, I don't know. The issue is,
How
he,
would you,
as Nadda ji said,
Prakash
he
ji,
has changed
how
the
would you,
culture
how would
of
you rate the
politics.
Prime Minister's handling, sir? Yeah, sure. I hear you, sir. I get that.
Of what?
That the Prime Minister's handling of foreign affairs. The Prime Minister's handling of foreign affairs is something which he's always, been very, very proud of. But tell me about the handling of the economy, sir. On the economy front, Prakash ji,
I'll
there
tell
are
you.
always two
Yes, I'll
very,
tell you.
divergent
Today,
views which come up.
I'll tell
There
you.
is one view which says that
I'll
Indian
tell you.
economy is not in good hands. There is a right-wing view, and let me complete, sir. There is a right-wing view which suggests that the Indian economy is in very good hands. What is the reality? What is the real picture of Indian economy according to you, sir?
The reality is, India is today the fastest growing economy of the world, and it is not just BJP claims, it is the IMF, World Bank and all world powers accept that India is the fastest growing economy, large economy. Second, more importantly, do you know, we have raised standards of living and provided ease of living to millions and millions of people. Practically everybody sees a progress in his life. Let me tell you one score where people say that our score is not good, that is unemployment or employment. Let me tell you with my experience in bank, because I was also working for employment promotion program of my bank, and I have seen that if you give 35 crore mudra loans, I can definitely vouch that at least 17 crore new jobs are created. And yesterday I was talking to many senior executives of banks who met me on the airport. So all agree that this is what the actual reality of India is. And therefore, the skilling, the job potentials, and when you make progress, today I saw the presentation of dedicated freight corridors. See, UPS started this project, conceived and started in 2008. Till 2014, only 10,000 crores were expenditure was only 10,000 crores. Now, in last 7 years, 80,000 crores. It's a huge thing. By next year, you will have practically all the major dedicated freight corridors, saving our huge time and logical cost and logistic cost, and also carry more with more speed and everything. So this is what India needed. This is ushering India into that $5 trillion club. These are the things, rising exports. We are now, people want to buy from India not only food grains, but many other commodities. So this is what India has become an important player in the world trade.
But Prakashji,
Therefore,
Prakashji, you're also a very fine political mind as well. Tell me, with so much of political wind which is going in favor of the BJP, and we've seen what has happened in UP, for instance, where a tough election has been won by the BJP. Gujarat comes up next, there is Karnataka. 8 years, is also a good way to sort of look at what will the future look like. So if I was to ask you that in 2024, is the BJP ready to go across the country completely on its own, whether it's states like Bihar or Maharashtra or UP, even Karnataka, I would say? Would you say today that because of Narendra Modi's charisma, your profile has reached to a degree where you don't need any allies? Does the BJP require any allies on the road to 2024?
Sir, in addition to people's trust in Prime Minister and his charisma, more also his direction to work really hard in the constituency. BJP has taken up a campaign to strengthen their booths which don't vote for them. And 10% of country's booths we are going to strengthen in next 2-3 months. That is the program. See, when you go so deep, meet families who have never voted BJP, talk to them why they feel so, and explain or do whatever is necessary to gain the confidence of those families. This is what BJP's politics is all about. And therefore, we think that today it's on political front. Why Modi ji has not got his charisma or his trust of people only because there is no opposition, credit-worthy opposition? No, it is not the case. The case is that Modi ji, the poor of this country, who has got empowered tremendously with housing, toilet, electricity connection, water tap, and Ayushman Bharat and Kisan Samman Nidhi and everything. So they are ensured their decent, dignified livelihood. And Rajiv Gandhi used to say that I send 100 rupees and only 15 rupees reach. But now Modi sends
there is
lakhs of crore of rupees every year. And channel asked Akhilesh, what you were not seen for 2 years in COVID time. So what you have done in Uttar Pradesh? He said, we hold study camps. The journalist asked him that where you have conducted study camps. We have never heard. Oh, he could just tell 1 or 2 names, nothing more. So we are in the field, we are helping people, we are with the people, their aspirations are taken care of, and Prime Minister has now thought of taking benefits to the 100% population. And therefore,